Welcome to episode 26 of the Delta Panthers Pod. I'm Mark Cantor, and as winter turns to spring, so do the activities. Spring sports and activities began this week while boys and girls basketball finished up their regular season. Both teams hosted Coleridge on Friday night, and the girls were looking to secure a top 4 seed in the regional tournament. I talked to head coach Kyle Crowder prior to the game. Kyle, the streak of holding your opponent to less than 20 continued against Basalt on Saturday, and they came out a little more aggressive, it seemed like, in this game, and may have it seemed like it took the girls off guard a little bit, but they adjusted.
Yeah, it was kind of a unique game in the fact that, our three main scorers didn't score that much, but everybody else kind of picked it up. Maya had a nice game with 14, and Janelle had 13, and everybody else, was somewhere between 2 and 8. So, when we have even dispersed scoring like that, it makes us hard to guard. And, that's where we're at. We have a lot of kids that can do a lot of things, and I think some people underestimate our bench and our role players that we have right now, because any one of them can really step up and be a contributor. And that was kind of what carried us through offensively. Defense is going to be good every night. We know that. So, it was a little unconventional in the way that we went about that game, but I felt like that we played well and we played kind of complete, regardless of the scoring woes that we had with our top 3 girls there.
So we'll have Coleridge on Friday for senior night, and obviously going to be an emotional night. And how are you going to keep the girls just with their heads in the game?
It's just another continuation of what we do. The kids understand what the situation is, and they understand that we need to, show up regardless of what game is happening. We're going to compete well on senior night, because we always do. So I think there's going to be a lot of focus, and I think there's going to be a lot of kids excited for the opportunity to go out there and play it the right way in front of all their fans and friends.
You and I were just talking about the seeding index and how we keep fluctuating. We go from 8 to 6 to 7. Where do you think this is all going to end up when it's all said and done?
Honestly, we could be somewhere between 4 and 8. Regardless of where we end up, we're just going to step on the court and we're going to try to compete. Ideally, we'd like to have, a certain matchup, but at this point, with things changing every night, we're just going to take what we're given, and teams don't want to come here. This is a long bus ride for them, and we know that when we get them on our court, we have a huge advantage. So we're just excited for the opportunity to host, and whatever comes our way, we're going to play hard.
Do you feel like the girls are peaking at the right time?
I do. I feel like that we're playing with a lot of confidence. I feel like that our seniors are in a little different mindset than we've had in the past few years. Nobody's afraid. Everybody just understands. We know what the competition has looked like. We know what to expect. And I think, with these 3 seniors, they understand the magnitude of the situation, and it's going to be a win or go home kind of situation. And I think they're going to step up, and I think we're going to play well.
Talk about the seniors and how they've come through this program and what you've seen out of them, especially this season.
It's just a continuation. It's kind of like plug and play. Every single year, people are like, oh, Delta will be down because they lost some seniors. And we do. We lose quality seniors every year. But we also have these other girls that are stepping in and filling those roles. Coming into this season, we didn't know exactly what our bench was going to be. We knew our first 4 girls, and then beyond that, we didn't know what we were going to get. And we've just had huge growth by a lot of the kids. Ava Martinez is one that has kind of really stepped up. We didn't know where she was going to be. And she's just been really consistent and a big part of what we're doing right now. So, having kids like that are coming back next year, it gives us something to build on. And, I fully anticipate these kids to put in the time and get better and really work on their game over the summer and the off season. And I think that we're going to be right back in the same situation next year, looking at hosting a playoff.
And it's nice to have those younger players that can complement the 4 seniors you've got.
Absolutely. And when we got a lot of kids that can contribute in many ways, definitely we got to lean on those seniors, especially when things get a little tight. They've been incredible players for 4 years, and we expect that to kind of continue, and we expect that to kind of be our calling card for, getting into the playoffs and having girls that understand and can do what we need them to do. So they're going to play well. There's no doubt in their minds that we don't deserve to be there, and there's no doubt in their minds that we can't win at all. So, just having the goal of getting as far as we can and understanding we've seen all these teams, we know what they're about, and we know we're as good. we have no fear going into these games. I think we're going to have a lot of success.
Sounds good. Good luck, Kyle.
Thank you, Mark.
Coleridge seemed to be much improved from the previous matchup this season, but the Panthers still cruised to a 68-50 victory to remain undefeated in league play for the 7th straight season. Breezy Huff and Taylor Summers both finished with double-doubles, and Ava Martinez scored double digits as well. The girls received the 6th seed and host 27 seed Fort Lupton in the first round of the regional tournament on Friday. I believe tip-off for that is scheduled for 7 p.m., Before I talk about the boys' game, I had the opportunity to talk with Rhett Maramanes this week about his high school career. I'm here with senior Rhett Maramanes, and Rhett, take me through your basketball journey, starting with your freshman year and then going through your senior year this year.
Freshman year, came in, Coach Cano, early morning practices, hated them. Wake up too early, but got a lot of work in, made us better. Sophomore year, just kept going. After school practices, though, didn't have to wake up early, got better. Junior year, faced injury for football, came in with a little bit of a kink in my knee. After first 5 games, I got better, started playing faster, started playing harder. My knee wasn't an issue anymore, and this year I've just been seeing my growth throughout my entire high school career, from freshman year to senior year, how much I've grown.
And you got to swing a little varsity your junior year. What was that like playing with some of those seniors?
It was pretty cool. I mean, they were pretty good, so had to match their standards, have to play as hard as them. So I understood how to play hard no matter what.
So they taught you quite a bit then?
Yeah.
And as a senior this year, you're coming off the bench, but you play a significant role on this team. And what's it been like to be a senior and kind of be the guy that the younger kids look up to?
That's pretty cool, just knowing that you're a role model now. You're not the one looking up to people like how I was in freshman year. I'm the one that they're looking up to now. So it's just pretty cool to see how our community is changing or staying the same, yeah.
So you and your siblings have obviously come through Delta High School, and what's it like having several older siblings that you can kind of lean on and ask advice of that have gone through what you've gone through here?
So just seeing them progress in their ways and seeing their teams excel just proves to us that we can excel too. We just know that we're a good team. We started off rough, but we can still get better. And that's how my brother's senior year started too, and they ended up being a really good team.
So I think they went to the Elite Eight that year, did they not? So obviously you guys have your sights set on the state tournament as well. Coach Ames talks about the family aspect of a team, and you guys, I think, from what I've seen this year, are as close to that family as your brother's team was, Caleb's team was the senior year. Talk a little bit about that aspect and the culture and what this senior class you think has meant to the program.
So I just know that we all love each other. We don't care who gets the glory. We just know that we love each other. We want them to have it. We want them to shoot it. We want to win. And that's a great thing, just knowing that if I pass it to so-and-so, they're going to knock down the shot. Yeah.
And you're all for each other, and
yeah.
that's a tremendous. Not every team can say that, and I think that's tremendous. What sort of advice would you have for the younger players coming up? Not necessarily just the underclassmen, but the middle schoolers and even elementary school kids.
Just work hard and get better. It's going to be a long ride.
Okay, good luck to you, Rhett. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Boys basketball had something to prove against Coleridge after the drubbing the Titans delivered earlier this season. And here's what head coach Rob Ames had to say before the game. So, Rob, the boys had an opportunity to redeem themselves at Basalt, and it got a little dicey toward the end, but they got the job done.
Yeah, I'm real happy with how they played. We've come a long way in those kind of areas where we just find a way to win. Instead of trying to play to not win, now we're finding a way to win, and we play to win, and that's the way it's been falling for us.
And you guys obviously didn't have a lot of success with that early in this season. What do you think's been the difference here down the stretch?
I just think they have more confidence. We've been telling them from the beginning that they could do really nice things. And I think that they were just unsure. And they practice hard, and they have a lot of success in practice, and that's starting to transfer over into games.
So we've got Coleridge again, this time at our place, and when we traveled to them, it did not go well at all. It was a physical contest that we just weren't. It didn't seem we were quite prepared for. How do you look for this game to go?
I think it's going to be a little. I watched the film last night. We scored 6 points in the first 3.5 minutes. It was 6-4 at about the 3:37 mark, and then the wheels fell. We scored 19 points the rest of the contest. We're going to play better this time for 32 minutes. There's a lot of things that it was just a perfect storm, a complete and total collapse, both sides of the ball. For us in the second quarter and third quarter, and by then, it's just almost irreparable. It was just we couldn't do anything about it. But we're going to play better this time.
I feel like we're starting to peak at just the right time. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree with that. I agree. That's really, that's all we've wanted to do each game, is just to get a little bit better in certain areas. And I still don't think we've played our best basketball, but we are definitely playing better basketball. And I think we will look back. That the first Coleridge game was sort of that fork in the road moment for us, where we were decided: are we going to keep going? Are we going to keep trying to get better, or are we just going to be sad? And these boys are just the kind of boys. They just kept going.
Yeah, it's good not to be sad. I like that.
Absolutely.
So you guys have been in the seating index around that 29 spot pretty much for the last several weeks. Do you expect to get any higher than that, or do you think that's kind of where we're going to end up?
Well, everything that we've played is above us, everybody we've played. And so that will definitely play into our advantage. But I don't know. I kind of have a couple ideas of where I could see us going Frontier Academy. I could see us going Fort Lupton. Those are the two that I've kind of kept my eyes on, and I've been watching a little bit of. But stranger things have happened. But I don't expect us to change much over this weekend.
Real quick, let's talk about the seniors on this team being senior night this week, and just tell me about them and how you feel about those boys.
Well, I love them. They sort of reset a lot of the things in our program that had become kind of what we're about, which is about each other. And they started that when they were sophomores, just the way they were always for everybody else. And they're just a special group of guys like that. They really don't care who gets it as long as we all get it in the end. And that's just the way they are, just a great group of young men. And they're going to lead great families, and they're going to do great things. And I'm going to miss them.
Okay, great. Good luck, Rob, against Coleridge.
Thanks, Mark.
The boys played better than last time, but still couldn't secure the victory and lost 60-46. Delta boys still secured the 29 seed in regionals and traveled to Broomfield Friday to face 4 seed and host Prospect Ridge Academy. Not sure on game time for that one, but I will have coverage on the Delta Panthers broadcast network, so be sure to check your regular sources for that information. I also had the opportunity to interview Eric Bear before the game as well to talk about his experience over the last 4 years. I'm here with senior Eric Bear, and Eric, what a trip it's been, Take us through your basketball journey a little bit, starting as a freshman now through your senior year.
So as a freshman, I played JV under Coach Ham, and that was great. We had a great group then, and we kind of kept that same grade above me. We kept that same group. I moved up sophomore year to varsity. I played with my older brother Easton. He was a senior at the time. I was the backup for him. Junior year came in. It's a good season. I had a good senior class that year. Of course, with Tucker and all of them, they were great. But this year, I'd say definitely been the funnest year. I've got a really great grade. We got 6 great seniors on the team and a great group of juniors. And, it's just been a great year. Definitely my favorite so far in my basketball journey so far. So.
Talk about a little bit playing with your brother. Not everybody has an opportunity to play with a sibling, whether it be an older sibling or a younger sibling. Talk a little bit about that and that experience.
It was great. It's something that, there is a connection being siblings, but being on the court together gets even more deeper connection. And obviously we didn't get to be on the court together a whole lot, but the times that we did is very special. And even just the bus rides together, the trips together, that's such a special experience, getting to spend time with my brother in that way. And it's kind of a way, a lot of times with siblings it's around your parents, but it's kind of our own little separate thing where we got to take trips together and do all that. So it was a great experience and something that I'm really grateful that I got to experience.
And obviously we're talking about family right now, and you got to play with your brother, but you've also had several cousins that have come through the high school and played both, on the boys and the girls side. And talk a little bit about your family's legacy here and what, when talk about families at Delta High School, you think of the Webbs and the Huffs and the Bears. Talk a little bit about the legacy and what it's been like to maybe try to continue that legacy on your own.
Yeah, and I'd say that legacy, it brings a little bit of pressure, obviously, but I'd say overall it's, such a blessing for me being able to follow in the footsteps of so many great people that have come through my family. And it's on and off the court. Every coach has the expectation that if a Bear's on their team, that they're going to be a good person on the court, off the court, be a great player. And it goes from players to managers. This year we got my cousin as a manager. So I think that the legacy that we have on the school is just good students, good athletes, and great people. So,
what does the future look like for you after high school?
Right now it's going to college. Got to figure out where still. Most likely Regis University. I want to go into computer science, software engineering, somewhere in that realm. I've got a lot of my siblings are in that, kind of that's where their jobs are in, so I have a lot of interest in that, but we'll see where it takes me.
Basketball after high school?
No, I looked into it and had a couple of coaches that were interested, but it's a big commitment. So it's something that I think I made the decision to not continue, at least on a collegiate level, but basketball will be a part of my life. Either it's coaching or it'll stay a part of my life, I think, for the rest of my life. So. And
the nice thing about colleges is they have intramural sports, and you can play basketball for fun that way as well.
So.
Well, good luck to you, Eric. Thank you.
Thank you.
This week's Student Spotlight is a threefer. It's the DHS Foreign Exchange students, Adriana Lobo, Bruno Sosa, and Anna Cottle. I'm here with the three Foreign Exchange students today, Adriana Lobo, Bruno Sosa, and Anna Cottle. And let's just get into it. Tell me a little bit about your life back home and kind of what goes on there, and then any differences or anything with stuff that goes on in your home country compared to the U.S. Adriana, you're from Spain.
Yes.
So go ahead and tell me a little bit about that.
I don't know. I think in general everything is really different. Just like high school, the time that we spend during sports or at school, and
So you spend more time in school in Spain, but you spend more time here.
Yeah, I spend more time here because in Spain we just go to school like to study, and then we go home and we keep studying, but we don't have sports or like other fun things that you have here.
So you don't have the extracurricular stuff. Okay, very good. How about you, Bruno?
So most of the things are different, as she said. We have more subjects in Argentina. We have 14 actually. And as she said, we don't have sports related with school, but we can do them after school. And we spend the same amount of time, basically.
So are the sports and activities more of a club thing in Argentina?
Yes, we have clubs for each sport.
Okay, very good. How about you, Anna?
Yeah, I think that the high school, it's the main different part between France and here. In France we have school to 8 to 6, so it's very, very long, and so we don't have time to practice sport outside of school, and it's only in clubs too. So yeah, it's very different, and in France it's really just learning, and here it's more fun. It's very different, and it's it's better here, to be honest.
You like it, okay. And Adriana had kind of mentioned in Spain she has, she goes to school and then she goes home and continues to do schoolwork. Is that the same in France?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay, is there more, so would you say there's more work at home than there is here?
Yeah, there's so much more homework. I think here we just have sometimes few exercise to do, but it's not too much. In France, it's a lot. We have a lot of dissertation and essay to write, and it's every night, and yeah, that's...
Okay. What are some of your favorite classes and some of your favorite teachers here?
Here, I love math with Miss Davis. She's so nice, and usually I'm not a big fan of math, and this year I really like it. Good. Yeah, I'm not a fan of math either, just for the record. So, Bruno, how about you? Who are some of your favorite teachers and some of your favorite classes?
I think my favorite class is chemistry. I have always been interested in that subject, and Crowder makes the subject better, so I really like his class.
Very good. How about you, Adriana?
I honestly like all my classes here, and I love all the teachers. They are like so close to you, and they really care about your well-being. But maybe I love physics. I really love physics, and I think Mr. Martito is the best teacher I've ever had. I love math too with Miss Davis. I don't know. I love all my classes, and I love Mr. Ames in English class. He makes the classes so fun.
Mr. Ames is a good teacher, yeah, for sure. So, tell me about some of the extracurricular activities and or sports or stuff you're involved in, Bruno.
Here or back in my country?
Here.
So right now I'm doing CrossFit with my host mom. She made me do it because I wasn't doing anything. So since December I have been going with her to CrossFit.
Very good. How do you have a CrossFit type of thing in Argentina, or is this something new?
No, yes, we do, but I have never done it before, so it's cool.
What are some of the things you do back in Argentina then?
I do boxing with my mom. So,
oh wow, that's cool. That's cool. How about you, Adriana? What are some of the extra things that you do here?
I was managing volleyball the first season. Then last season I was doing cheer, and now I'm starting doing track.
Track, okay, very good. Runner, thrower?
Runner.
Okay, very good. So, Anna, how about you? What are some of the extracurriculars you're involved in?
I just started tennis 2 days ago, so it's my first time, so it's not very good, but it's really fun. And I was in speech and debates. So.
Very good, very good. And you guys just finished up with the state tournament on that one, so very good. And tennis. What I like about tennis is it's one of those sports that you can learn to play and then play it the rest of your life. So that's very awesome. What are some of your hobbies outside of school and extracurriculars and stuff like that?
I love cooking. I really love cooking. So I try to cook the most I can here with French food and things. And I love track too. So yeah.
Have you had the opportunity to share a lot of the French cooking with people here, with your friends and your host family and stuff like that?
With my host family, I try to cook the most I can French food because I love French food, and I know that they love that too, so that's good.
A lot of great flavors in French cooking for sure. What are some of your hobbies, Bruno?
I really like watching series. It's like basic, but I really enjoy watching them, and sometimes I even try to make like weird stuff with that, like theories, and talk to my friends. It's kind of cool sometimes.
Sounds good. How about you?
I love spending time with my friends, hanging out and doing whatever. And I also really like traveling with my family. That's something that I do really enjoy.
Where are some of the places you've gone?
I actually been to a lot of countries, so I'm so grateful. I've been to 14 different countries, so yeah.
Very good. A real world traveler. Very nice, very nice. So, Adriana, what's next after being here as an exchange student? What happens next? Do you go back home? Do you go to another host family? How does that work for you?
Well, I'm going to stay here for the whole school year. So when I go back to Spain, since I'm a senior in Spain too, I need to take like some tests before going to college. And once I take those tests, I'm going to start in college next September. Yeah.
Will you go to college in Spain?
Yes.
Oh, very good.
At the beginning, yeah, maybe if I want to come here for another year, for college, I will, but for now, I'm going to start college in Spain.
Very good. So you do want to come back to the
Yes.
States? Awesome. How about you, Bruno? What's the future hold for you?
After finishing my exchange, I have to finish school because I'm a sophomore here. So I have to finish school, and then I want to study abroad for college.
Okay, very good, very good. Will you come back to the States at some point, do you think?
Yeah, I would love to.
Awesome, awesome. How about you, Anna?
I'm already graduated in France, so I'm doing my application for college right now. I mean, it's the time of the year, so I will go in college in France, probably in political sciences.
Very good. Do you have desires to come back to the States?
Yeah, sure. I don't know for college or just for pleasure, for traveling, but I just want to discover all the world, and so I will see.
Very good, very good. Well, thank you all for talking to me today. I know it was a little intimidating, a little nerve-wracking, but you guys did a great job. So thank you, and good luck to you guys in the future. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Taking a look at some announcements now. This coming week is Wish Week at DHS with several activities planned. There will be a blood drive in the Ox Gym tomorrow from 10 to 2. The school will have dress-up days all week, and the Rally for Cali dodgeball tournament Wednesday night from 6 to 8 to benefit Delta graduate Callie Carmichael. Parent-teacher conferences are also this week on Tuesday from 3:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. As always, for any updates or information, you can always refer to the Delta High Panthers Facebook page. That about covers it on this episode of the Delta Panthers Pod. I hope everyone enjoyed it. If you want to get in touch with me to suggest how I can expand my coverage of the Delta Panthers, feel free to contact me via email at dpbroadcast@yahoo.com. The Delta Panthers Pod drops Sunday afternoons throughout the school year and is sponsored by Jerry Ryer State Farm, Delta Ace Hardware, Delta Building Center, Delta Cabinet Company, Delta County School District, Hellman Motor Company, Quickie Tire Service, Mimi's Sweet Treats, 9 Stories Real Estate Films and Photography, The Sunflower Room, Taco Time, and Yost Family Dentistry. I'll talk to you all next week.